My name is Roger Richards. My rank, or my rate, was Quartermaster Second Class, Submarine Qualified, U.S. Navy. I was transferred then, after the decommissioning. I was transferred to the USS Bonefish. I never had any trouble at ATCO with Bonefish. I got my orders from there, went home for 8 or 10 days. Matter of fact, one of my new friends off of the Spinnax, Dick Lolis, went home with me. He was from Massachusetts, never been to Texas, so he went home with me. Stayed there with me and my folks. We drove down. I had a girlfriend in Houston. We drove down there and went and saw Janis Joplin in concert. So that made it for him. It was good enough for him to go to Texas, go to Houston, go to Galveston, go to the beach. We sailors do like the beach, you know. So anyhow, I got my orders, went to the Bonefish in Honolulu, and I thought, hey, Honolulu, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. I was there for 3 days, sent me old Westpac. So we left again. I was gone for 6.5 months. Well, when I first got there, I was still a fireman. So I did have to get my rate changed over to seaman. So they changed it. That was just a clerical thing. They changed me over to seaman. Firemen are the engineering rates, and seamen are the other rates, such as yeoman and, I don't know, there's a lot of other of the skimmer rates that come under seaman. Not very many on a submarine, but so I got to looking around on the boat there, and the guys I saw that I really admired were the quartermasters. Now here's what I really admired about them. Now this is kind of, in a way it's kind of a joke, but it really is the truth. When we made our first liberty on the Spinnax, I noticed the captain was standing right there for the brow, ready for the brow to go over. Captain's always the first one over. You know who was next? The quartermasters, because they didn't have a job. Poor enginemen, the electricians and those other guys had work to do. Quartermasters are going to the bar. So I thought, I like that. And I like the fact that up in a conning tower, the officers really held it, well, they respected everybody, but they had a great deal of respect for the quartermaster, because they'd say, when should we turn? What speed should we be going at? What is our course? What do you recommend? So they put a lot of faith and trust in the quartermasters. And I like that too, because there is something in me that likes to be in charge a little bit, to have a little bit of control. I don't want to run the show, but I like for people to ask me what to do. So anyhow, I became a quartermaster. Interesting thing about that was that I didn't ever go to quartermaster school. I just got the book, read the book, and took the test. Well, there was another guy that was a seaman too, but he was standing quartermaster watches on board. He took the test at the same time I did, but he failed it. He was a nice guy, and he's a good watchstander, a good quartermaster, but all of a sudden now here I outranked the guy. Well, the XO, Mike Schneider, lovely man, came to me and said, Roger, he called me by my first name because I need you to do me a favor. He explained the situation. He said, I'm in a kind of a fix here. Says, the other guy over there didn't pass the test, but he's a great watchstander. He said, you passed the test, you're a smart guy, but you don't know what to do. I argued with him a little bit because I had been watching. I would go up on my spare time and stand watch with the quartermaster, but that didn't really count. And so I didn't argue with him anymore. He said, tell you what though, the chief of the boat told me, well, since you're not going to be standing quartermaster watch, we're going to make you a mess cook again. So I had a mess cook for 6 more weeks. I said, okay, Cobb, I'll make you a deal. I'll do it. Because he was asking me to. I said, I'll do it. But I don't want to catch any crap in there, you understand? Because, everybody, being a mess cook, it's kind of like, being a pledge in a fraternity. They run you through everything they can, bark at you, So I don't want any crap in any of those guys because I won't take it. I won't do anything that I'm not supposed to do. Okay, it was a deal. So he told him, lay off of that guy. Give all the crap to the other mess cook. So I mess cooked for another 6 weeks. And then after that, I forget the circumstances, but I did become a watchstander after 6 more weeks of being a mess cook, and it was a good move for me too. I enjoyed the work. The Bonefish was a great crew, and I've got friends there that I still have. There were four of us in particular that went on to Bonefish the very same time, all young, fresh, firemen or seamen, and we're still friends today. We made friends then, and we stayed in touch after the Navy. And so, as a matter of fact, when they had the reunion, we all got together, the four of us, and it was just like old times being with those guys. We're all old and wrinkled and gray, but it was still, their hearts were still the same. We got back in February of '70, and by the time, I couldn't be right. Yeah, maybe it was March of '70. We got back, and the second day I was in port, heard that there was a Kenny Rogers look-alike, sing-alike, whatever they call them, cover band now, I guess, at one of the bars down in Waikiki. And I thought, I love Kenny Rogers. And it was at a wine bar, and I said, I love wine too. So my friend of mine and I, off the ship, went down there, and I met my wife-to-be that night. Just so, if it hadn't been for Kenny Rogers, and my having traded duty with another guy so he could go see his wife, and anyhow I ended up and I met the love of my life that night, and so the rest truly is really history. I got out of the Navy and went on to graduate from college, got my master's, and worked in theater for 25 years. And now, by gosh, I'm back in the Navy again for 3 days here in Daytona Beach. I've also been to one reunion in Portland for the USS Bonefish. I was there for almost 3 years, so those guys are very endeared to me. And so I was very fortunate in the U.S. Navy getting 2 crews, such as the Spinnax and the Bonefish. And I'm a better man for it. I don't know what I would have been without it, but I'm a better man for it.